Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has slammed the EU, calling them hypocrites for their disapproval of settlement construction. Netanyahu's anger was triggered by the EU's summoning of Israel's envoys in London, Paris, Rome, and Madrid to object to the Jewish state's announcement of the construction of 1,400 housing units beyond the pre-1967 lines.
The EU ambassadors, our ambassadors to the EU are now called in because of the construction of a few houses. When did the EU call in the Palestinian ambassadors to complain about the incitement that calls for Israel's destruction?
Netanyahu says the EU's labeling of settlement constructions as peace obstacles is bogus.
I think this is an obstacle to peace at all, because the fact that Jews live here on this land, I mean, what do they want? An ethnically cleansed state? They want to uproot people? I don't think that's going to produce peace. But in point of fact, most of the, as you know, most of the so-called settlers live in urban clusters, and we don't add new settlements. We haven't added them from my first term as Prime Minister, which is nearly 20 years ago. And the fact that you add a few houses in the existing communities doesn't change the map one iota. So I think this is a bogus claim, but doesn't stop it from being hurled at us. And you're quite right that we are constantly criticized for this. And I think that this is hypocritical.
Netanyahu went on to say that the EU's imbalance pushes peace away rather than promote it. He says it tells the Palestinians that they can engage in incitement and terror and not be held accountable. The Prime Minister stressed that Israel's concern is not only to ensure the security of the perimeter of a future Palestinian state, but also to guarantee that the Palestinians do not have the capabilities to make homemade weapons that could be used against Israel. Netanyahu says there will be no peace if these issues are not addressed.